All right, I wanna preface this by saying, and you take me very seriously here, okay? This is the most important part of this segment, okay? These people have no political power whatsoever, okay? There are no black ethnostaters who want to ban all white people with any political power. There are, however, people who believe in white ethnostates that do have a significant amount of political power. So I want to make it very clear just before we go into this, this isn't really something worth getting extremely mad about or getting super worked up over. It's really just funny. All right. And that's really what this is. We're going to make fun of these people because this is very, very, not only is it hateful and bigoted, but it is hilarious. It is objectively hilarious. And you're going to find out how hilarious momentarily. Okay. So would you guys like to hear the background behind the group we're going to be discussing before we talk about what they're doing? Or do you want to hear what they're doing and then their background? Which do you want to hear first? One or two? Background first? Sounds good to me. All right. So, how many of you guys remember that group that called Anne Frank a colonizer and said that the Jews deserve to be slaughtered during the Holocaust because they're white colonizers? You guys remember that? You guys, here, maybe this tweet will help elucidate some things for you. Y'all whites, for those of you guys that don't know, a lot of like the black separatist Twitter, like the very militant part of Twitter that wants to like kill white people and stuff, they've started using like white, like YT to say white instead of like WHIT. It used to be Howite with like HW or WHWHITE, but now it's just YTS for like whites. Y'all whites keep asking us if we're going to keep ourselves warm up in the mountains. Don't y'all already know it just takes a good book to burn and some nice wood? And best believe we have plenty of copies to keep us warm all season long. And then it's the Anne Frank book. And then like a fire. So yeah, they're pretty well known for siding like ideologically with the Nazis over the Jews because they believe that the Jews are they believe because they think the Jews are white. We can also check this out. Here's a pretty good tweet that goes over some things. Please refer to this thread. It's a member of BlackHammer being racist towards Asian people and Jewish people. The group is called BlackHammer, by the way. The conflation of Jewish people and Zionism and the reference of Asian people as Ronas in their website and from that specific member. Are y'all not excited to be in Hammer City? We'll be able to go outside and not have to see any KK crusty Europeans again. No Irish, no Italians, no white Jews. Does that not sound like hashtag freedom to y'all? And then, honestly, something I would expect to see a 4channing Nazi post. Yeah, so this is basically the beliefs of this group, okay? They are basically black Nazis. They're like, I think Gazi Kodzo, that guy is actually part of their group. Very cursed, very cringe. Now let's go ahead and talk about why these people are relevant today. Whew. Prepare yourselves, chat. BlackHammer Times. Thanks to all of you, BlackHammer has successfully liberated 200 acres of land to build our city. For colonized people only. We are located high up in the mountains, 10,000 feet in the air, with rich soil. We have one lake and three rivers on the land. And then they posted some pictures here. Honestly, it's a pretty beautiful spot. I don't believe that with the amount of money they raised, they could afford 200 acres of land. I believe this is in Colorado. I mean, it's a nice spot for maybe a hike or for a visitors center, like nature trail or something. But this doesn't exactly look like anywhere close to being rich soil for farming. As a matter of fact, this looks like quite bad soil for farming. It's very clay-y. Something to keep in mind is generally, if you're in a mountainous region, the higher up you go, the less rich the soil is, because all the nutrients and other things that are beneficial to farming in the soil tend to get swept down to a lower elevation by rain and whatnot. I mean, you might see Arthur Morgan up there somewhere hunting a bear, perhaps, but this is extremely LARPy, okay? This is very LARPy, okay? Now, I want to show you guys their website really quick, and then we'll take a look at their video where they advertise this place and everything like that. It's hysterical, okay? This is absolutely hysterical. Let's see. Can I find the exact page that I was reading? Because it's really funny. Here it is, Hammer City. This feels like they watched Black Panther, but they didn't get the point, you know? Like, they watched Black Panther, and they started soy-facing and being like, oh, soy, super highly advanced, xenophobic, isolationist, African ethnostate. But then they didn't understand that the entire, like, point of the movie was that Killmonger was kind of right in that Wakanda needs to open itself up and help the rest of the world, but it probably shouldn't do it in the way that Killmonger wanted to do it. The main character was wrong. T'Challa was wrong. The lesson he learned as the story went on is that ethnostates are bad. Like, okay, all right, guys, cool. Yes, it's like the meme, like where the thing's going over the person's head, you know? Build Hammer City, and here's their like CAD concept art that they did for this, which, by the way, you'll notice the environment in this little picture here is very different from what we saw in those pictures. This does not look like it's 10,000 feet up, and is not the type of environment that we saw in those pictures, okay? Whew. Colonized people need dictatorship over our lives, labor, land, and resources. Hammer City. Hammer City is a BlackHammer organization's latest project. Building a city for all people of color to be free, no discrimination of nationality, gender, age, mental or physical difference, etc. Sounds fine to me so far, honestly. But you'll see. Jobs, housing, food, healthcare, sounds good. No cops, okay. No rent, no coronavirus, and no white people. Oh god, this is gonna fail so badly. This is gonna be like the Fire Festival of LARPy. This is gonna go worse than Chaz. I'm calling it now. I'm gonna guarantee all this is gonna end up being is like a more prolonged, like Burning Man style tent city that's gonna be completely gone and nothing but a pile of litter sitting in the middle of like a field within 2 months, max. Returning the land to indigenous people, building the first Hammer City in Colorado. The first. They plan to make more. Back this project. Hundreds of people have already backed Hammer City. The project has raised $30,000 under 2 months. Make liberation for colonized people a reality. And then they've raised $64,000 out of $500K so far. You can buy some of their merch. Stop living paycheck to paycheck. Have a secure life with work, free housing, food, healthcare, and education. We're building a city for poor and working class colonized people. By the way, they don't actually mean colonized people. They just mean non-white people. They asked, like, people were asking in the comments of the Twitter post about this multiple times, like, hey, are Irish people going to be allowed? Because Irish people have been, like, slaughtered and colonized by the British. But Irish people are considered white nowadays, so they aren't allowed in, despite, you know, what's happened to them. So the groups they claim are allowed to come in are Native Americans, Black people, Hispanic people, no Asian people. They won't allow Asian people, I don't think. Actually, it's easier to list the groups that aren't allowed in. Asian people aren't allowed in, Jewish people aren't allowed in, and then any race who's like, or ethnicity whose skin color tends to be white isn't allowed in. If you're like Italian, by the way, you're also not allowed in, even if you've got like brown skin. If you're Italian, you're not allowed in. They're Fredophobes too. It's insane. The problem is colonialism. Colonialism uses our suffering to make others rich. Are true, but I think there might be another word that starts with C that does specifically that. We need an immediate response to all of its symptoms like police brutality, coronavirus, evictions, and poverty. This system will never provide for poor people of color who work to survive. It'll never provide for poor people. Since colonialism has ripped us of our relationship to the land, we need to reconnect to the land to heal. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. If you wanted to do something like this, weren't most Native American tribes and civilizations on the East Coast before Europeans showed up here? Didn't we push them to the West, where the land was like away from their original land, where farming was bad, and like we just kept on pushing them further west, and it made their lives shittier and shittier? Why are they like buying this land in one of the places we pushed the Native Americans to, where they starved out and many of them died or were slaughtered by white people? Why would that be the place that they're buying the land? Wouldn't they want to buy it in like upstate New York or like North Carolina or something? That would be the place to do it. That's all I'm saying, okay? Like, if I want to be like accurate about this, I would want to buy some land in upstate New York or North or South Carolina or Georgia or Florida. Those are the types of areas where most Native American tribes were present before we pushed them all to the fucking West. Yeah, this also comes off as very scammy to me as well. This definitely seems like a scam to me. But yeah, it's basically what it is. They're gonna make a little ethno-state. They're making their little ethno-state. It's not gonna turn out well, okay? Let's be real. If we go to this tweet, do we think these like 20-year-old LARPers are capable of building a city? Maybe they could hire some contractors to do this, but these kids are on Twitter all day, okay? This is their first time touching grass since they were 11 years old, okay? These kids do not know what they're doing, okay? They're gonna call their dads to come out and help them build, and they're all gonna sit back on their fucking on their phones on Twitter, tweeting about how awesome their ethno-state's gonna be. Hold on. Do you guys want to see some funny shit? Oh my god, this is great. Oh my god. I'm gonna die, dude. Oh my god, this is so good, dude. BlackHammer is fucking insane. You could pay just $40 to be cleansed of the sin of being white. Reparations. Are you white? Do you want to help? Do you want to be a good person on the right side of history? The only way you can wash the blood off your hands is through following the leadership of African, indigenous, and colonized people and paying reparations for all that's been stolen in your name. Right now, BlackHammer organization is offering several ways to pay reparations. Become a recruit of the Reparations Corps. Make monthly reparation payments. Contact us to give your skills, possessions, land, etc. as reparations. Then there's Shea level. Shea level? What does that even mean? Shea level? Like Che Guevara? What the fuck is Shea level? Listen, I'm gonna say it right now. I have been cleansed from the unforgivable sin of being white because my name is Alex Haley. All right, I was named after the guy who wrote Roots. Okay, guys, on behalf of all black people ever, this ain't it, chief. Listen, communists, these people are Nazis, okay? This does not, I want to make it very clear, okay? If you're watching me and you're like some centrist or like bordering conservative, maybe even bordering alt-right, kind of dude who's watching my content for some reason, I want you to know this does not represent even a fraction of 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 what black people believe, even among the most progressive of black people. I would actually argue these people are reactionaries. Not even because of the whole they hate white people thing, but because these people believe that Hitler was in the right because Hitler was killing Jewish people, which they consider white. They believe that, like, Irish people are, like, also pieces of shit colonizers, even though they were the ones that got colonized by the British. They tend to be pretty, like, discriminatory LGBT-wise as well. They're racist against Asian people, too. Yeah, they're aware of the Hibernian question. Also, to be very clear, these people have no political power, okay? Do not get super, upset about this. This is just something fun to laugh at. These guys don't have any political power, okay? This is just a meme. They're LARPing. It's very funny. Let's just enjoy it, okay? Don't take it too seriously. But let's check this out. Shay level 40. Sign up for a single session of the boot camp and get a view of the experience and work it takes in order to disunite. I've never seen that word before. Nice. SAT word. Disunite with your people's worldwide acts of genocide and terror. Literal original sin, by the way. I remember whenever I was watching anti-SJW videos when I was younger, that, like, they would talk about how BLM and progressive people believe in, like, the original sin of white people. Like, if you're white, you're born with the sin of your ancestors. And I gotta say, they weren't exactly right. But let's just say, thank God this happened well after I became progressive, okay? Let's just be glad that nowadays when I see something like this, I'm just like, yeah, there's some crazy fucking people, there's some crazy fucking people, but, this is just it's just a meme. Disunite with your people's worldwide acts of genocide and terror. Take that first step into creating a world where no one lives at the expense of another, and show others that you have what it takes to make a material, not just ideological difference in the lives of others. Sankara level, $99 minimum. Sign up for the 4-week boot camp and get halfway there to falling under the leadership of colonized people. Although you won't be able to contribute to the organization at this level, you will still receive valuable skills necessary to help advance anti-colonialism and organize people to return and liberate the land of colonized people around the world. If you wish to contribute the full 8-week boot camp, simply pay reparations for another Sankara level boot camp. Sankara level plus pay an additional 25% in reparations and receive an exclusive piece of BlackHammer gear. Wow. This is this comes off to me as like some Scientologist scam type bullshit. Mao level 199 minimum. Sign up for the entire 8-week boot camp and get fully certified as someone who is united under colonized leadership. By completing this level, you'll get the chance to provide your skills to the organization, be an active recruiter to make sure that other people are continuing to pay reparations and support the masses of poor and working class colonized people. Wait, do you become like a fucking strongman to make sure that the other white people are paying their reparations? Upon completion, you will also receive a Reparations Corps uniform. Mal level plus pay an additional 25% reparations or receive an exclusive piece of BlackHammer gear. Dude, the only thing Can I make this joke? Do you guys remember the scene in Roots where Kunta Kinte gets sent to the first plantation he's forced to work at, and they try to force him to take on the name Toby, and he's like, no, fuck you. Do you remember that scene? And he gets whipped for it. All I can imagine right now is some white dude who feels really, really shitty about being white. So he goes to this boot camp and he begs the people running it to tie him to a post and whip him, and to help him absolve himself of the sin of being white. That's all I can think of right now. Oh my God. What are we doing, dude? Yeah, profiting off of a victim complex. Xander Hall, that's a bit much. Wait, that's a bit much? And asking for $200 to do an 8-week boot camp in which you're forced to pay reparations and cleanse yourself of the sin of being white isn't too much? Are we serious here? Am I getting woke scolded for my take here? Really? Is that where we're at? Yeah, the idea of original sin is so extreme that not even churches do that anymore for the most part, unless they're like really crazy churches. Then again, this does come off to me as like either a scam, a cult, or both. Oh, good Lord. Oh, God. Now, let's be honest, though. If we're being real here, some sins can never be forgiven, all right? Let's be honest, chat. Some sins can never be forgiven, and being white is one of them. That's my main issue with this meme, okay? Is that they're suggesting that it's possible to cleanse yourself of the sin of being white. And maybe I'm just more lefty than them, but I believe that is a unforgivable sin. Also, my left foot must have gotten, like, fucked up because I can't like, sit on it without it stinging. I think I, like, ripped some skin off of it somehow. I don't know what happened. It's only white people defending this, too? Wait, there are people defending this? Hold on. Can we look at the comments of the post? I'm really curious. You're 100% more leftist than them? Oh, yeah, these people supported Trump, too, by the way. Yeah, these people definitely aren't actual leftists. These kids fucking supported Trump. You know that, right? They like Hitler and they like Trump. They're actual Nazis. It's insane. There was another thing I wanted to mention that I thought was pretty interesting. Yeah, they supported Trump. Oh, yeah. Who here saw Vosh and Destiny's debate with Eric Stryker and the other Nazi guy whose name I can never remember? Who here saw that? Hypers if you saw that. A lot of you did. Yeah, James Alsop. Do you remember during that debate when those two Nazi guys they were debating said that they actually have a lot in common with, like, black separatist groups, right? Because Nazis want a white ethno-state. These people want a black ethno-state. They don't want black and white people living together. Neither of them do. The Nazis don't want black and white people living together. These guys don't want black and white people living together. These types of people actually come together and work with white nationalists and Nazis in order to achieve their same goal. Now, I should mention, these guys have no political power whatsoever. Actual Nazis and white nationalists have infinitely more political power than these guys do. But I think it's very telling when you find out that open and devout white nationalists and neo-Nazis are willing to say these people are their allies. These kids are their allies. I think that says a lot, okay? Here, really quickly, I want to show you some of their LARP. It's quite hysterical, honestly. We're going to go to their YouTube channel really quick, and I just want to show you their lineup that they've got going on here. Here, can I put myself in game stream so you can see? There we go. There we go. Here we go. All right. So let's go ahead and check out this lineup of people that we have here. All right. We've got Qatari, Chief B. Don't know who that is. Chief Benjamin. They have like, they call themselves Chiefs, by the way. Yeah. Pretty good meme. Chief Dominic, Chief Anko, and then Zaya? I don't know how this is pronounced. Wearing like the my grandma used to wear one of these. I don't remember what it's called, but this individual has like the like braids and everything like that. All men are chiefs. Interesting. Not even chief because woman. True. No, I would imagine these people are a bit chauvinistic with their belief when it comes to women's rights, if we're being honest. So very LARPy. The LARP is basically threatening to reach through the monitor and choke me to death. Let's go ahead and watch a little bit of this.
a beautiful, sustainable place for all colonized people. And I'm excited for you to help build it as well in any way that you can build it. So yes, land back.
Oh
Go
my.
ahead, Chief.
Chief Dom, would you like to introduce yourself next?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to give me the signal. I was like,
You're right.
ran back, Black Power.
They're so awkward. They're so awkward on camera. That's how you know that 99% of the human interaction that they have is all on Twitter.
This Chief Dominic. I represent both the African and Piscataway Nation, well, the Algonquin Nation via the Piscataway tribe of the Appalachian area. And all the way, our nation ranges all from the Appalachians to Ohio Valley. And yeah, I'm really proud to be representing my tribe and my nations in this project that we're doing. And we're finally here to, let everyone know where we're building this great micronation at.
Land back, Black Power, Chief.
So these Hitler defenders here, oh my god, they're so young, they look like high school seniors. Yeah, I mean, they're probably freshmen in college. Like they're probably freshman college age. I I'm astonished that so maybe a lot of like modern day white nationalists and neo-Nazis will claim that they just want an ethno-state and they just want white people and brown people to live separately from one another. But it's weird how much Hitler defending that these kids do. When do they not know that Hitler had plans for world domination? It was one of the big reasons why the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany didn't work together during World War II. Because they had land disputes they had. Hitler's plan was to eventually betray the Japanese and take over the entire world. Do you think Hitler wasn't going to do exactly what he did to all the brown and degenerate groups that he did in Germany and much of Europe to any of these groups? Do you have proof of them defending Hitler? I want to see. Wait, were you not here earlier? Were you not here earlier? They literally burned They literally said the Jews deserved what happened to them during the Holocaust, and they burn Anne Frank books and talk about how Anne Frank and the Jews that were killed by Hitler were colonizers that deserved it. Yeah, you know about that? Okay.
Chief Anko, would you like to introduce yourself to the people?
I'm back, everyone. I'm Chief Anko. I am chief of the western region of the so-called United Snakes. I'm gonna be a resident here at Hammer City.
The United Snakes, dude. Unironically, though, the United Snakes is actually that's a pretty good meme.
I'm tired of dealing with landlords. I'm tired of fearing for my life, stepping outside, dealing with coronavirus. I'm tired of other colonized people getting killed by the pigs. So my ass is going to Hammer City. Land back, everyone.
Land back, Chief. And finally, Chief Shia, if you could introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, Landlord Dan, the sex having man is gonna come get him. Hark Dan peeking behind a tree, like, I'm gonna figure out something to do here with this place. 750, let's go. I got 832 viewers right now, actually. I got 48 on Twitch, 784 on YouTube, apparently. Pretty pog.
I'm back, everyone. My name is Chief Shia. I am the leader of the Land Liberators, and I represent the Anishinaabe and Mexican nations.
It's just so powerful to be here with y'all and communicating with the people.
Dude, do you think they make you do a DNA test to get in? Do you think they make you do a DNA test to get in here? Could I, like, because this person looks about as white as I am, like skin color wise, could I just claim that I'm like a quarter Native American or something and like get in? Can I and do like a video on it? I feel like that would be some cool on the ground journalism I could do. Do it, infiltrate the city. You know what I could do instead? Holy shit. What if I volunteered to be a slave in their city? I guarantee they would totally be down to enslave white people. You know, if this actually ends up working out, I feel like they'd 100% be down to enslave white people. I could like volunteer to be a slave, and then while I'm there, while I've infiltrated the community, do some like on the ground journalism, make a video of it. Literally the MLK. Hold on. This is my favorite image on the entire internet. Can I find a high-res version of it? Please, I need to find the high-res version. This is my favorite internet. This is my favorite image on the entire internet. I'm sorry, this is the best. I need to put this in the thumbnail of the video. Oh god. Oh god. Oh good lord. Oh. Alright. I guess I want to talk about why I feel as though this is so important to talk about, by the way. This gives conservatives, and especially like white nationalists and like your average conservative grifting pieces of shit, so much ammo. I wouldn't be surprised if we see dozens of right-wing channels making videos on this, and their like 15 to 20 something year old, usually white boy audience is going to eat this all up and is now going to have a definitive example of how BLM wants to create an ethnostate. Every conservative that I debate for the next probably 5 years is going to bring this up as ammo against me, and I'm kind of going to have to bite the bullet on it. Unfortunately. So that's going to be fun. Xander Hall, your documentary that you do on it will be called A Couple Months of No, I can't do that. Dude, oh my god. What was the movie called? 7 Years a Slave? 12 Years a Slave. Who has seen the movie 12 Years a Slave? I watched that movie, and I could not help but cringe so hard when Brad Pitt's character came in, who is literally... Hold on. Can I show you something? Brad Pitt, 12 Years a Slave. Like, I'm not even kidding. They introduce Brad Pitt in this movie, and he's literally Jesus, okay? I'm not kidding. They introduce Brad Pitt into this movie, and he's literally white Jesus who helps the main character send a letter to retrieve the authorities from the North because he was a free man before he got like fucking tricked and captured and taken to the South to be a slave for 12 years, taken from his family. And this white Jesus dude, played by Brad Pitt, comes and helps him. Literal white savior. Literal white savior. Oh my god. Yeah, I couldn't help but feel it was super fucking cringy. I like this movie. Isn't it based on a true story? Based on a true story, Lonnie. Not exactly a true story entirely. Yeah. Xander Hall, you remember in Game of Thrones when Tyrion tells Missandei, who was a slave her entire life, trust me, my own recent experience of slavery has taught me the horrors of that institution. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Good old Game of Thrones, baby. Yep. I really hope they remake Season 8 of Game of Thrones and don't kill Missandei, alright? Let's be real here, okay? Missandei, too hot to die, alright? Let's be honest, I know it's Game of Thrones and all, but there are some characters in Game of Thrones that should be just designated too hot, never kill them off. Missandei was one of them. I'm saying it. It's true. I'll die on this hill. I'll die on this hill. In fact, killing her off was racist. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and ring the bell icon if you're new and you haven't seen my content before and you want to see more from me. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, all through the links in the description. Why do I get the hiccups and have to burp every time I do my outro? It's really weird. I don't know why that happens. Definitely do that. You can also join my fan Discord, the link in the description, as well as coming to my Reddit. I forgot. I need to start shilling my Reddit more. I have, for those of you guys that aren't aware, an official subreddit. Guys, I have a subreddit. It's real. It's true. It's big true, even. Look at this. Look. Subreddit. Come join it. R. Zanderhall. Come chill on the subreddit. It's a good time. Definitely come check it out. Yeah. Oh, ironically, the very first post that comes up is a VDS post. Let's how do I hold on? Ban user. Cringe. There we go. All right, and then remove the post. But yeah, come to the subreddit. It's a good time when it's not being raided by VDS havers, okay? We got 665 members. Let's get more real cool people in there. And we can have a good time. Anyway, you can also join my fan Discord, the link in the description. If you want to support me financially, you can donate or subscribe on my website, xanderhall.com/live. If it weren't for your financial contributions, I would not be able to do this for a living, this stream and this YouTube channel. You can also donate or sub to me on YouTube by hitting the join button below the video, or super chatting, or perhaps even pledging to me on Patreon. Links are on the description. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, have a good one.